for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing. Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise.
Did you hear about Caitlin Clark's new Adidas deal? It's not just any contract, it's a game changer. Nike dropped the ball and now Adidas is swooping in like a superhero. You won't believe the numbers we're talking about here. Imagine this. Clark, the rookie sensation, just signed a deal that's making waves across the sports world. We're talking about a contract that's rumored to be worth $50 million. That's right, $50 million. Nike's probably kicking themselves right now. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about the money. It's about what this means for women's sports.
At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included. $28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low because of the superstar that she is.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You know what's crazy? Nike had Caitlin Clark locked in for $28 million. Sounds like a lot, right? Well, buckle up because this story's about to take a wild turn. Let's break it down. Nike thought they were making a smart move, signing Clark to an 8-year deal worth $28 million. I mean, who wouldn't want to snag the next big thing in women's basketball? They probably thought they had it in the bag. A rising star, a long-term contract. What could go wrong? Well, here's where things get interesting. Clark goes out and absolutely crushes it on the court. She's not just good, she's breaking records left and right. Triple doubles, she's racking them up like they're going out of style. Highlight reels, she's all over them. But Nike, they're acting like they forgot they even signed her. Imagine this. Clark wins Rookie of the Year, a massive achievement that should have Nike execs popping champagne. But instead, crickets. No congratulations, no big marketing push, nothing. It's like they signed her and then just forgot about her. Now let's talk about impact. While Nike's busy promoting other players, Clark is out there filling arenas. She's got fans buying tickets, tuning in to watch her play.
Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand. Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her? When the deal was first announced, we also got to see the other offers that were on the table for Caitlin Clark. And as you can see, Under Armour offered her 4 years for $16 million, which by a year-by-year basis, she would actually be making more per year if she had signed with Under Armour.
The energy around her is electric. But Nike? They're still sleeping on her potential. You want to know what's even crazier? While Clark's breaking records and generating buzz, Nike's focusing on other players who aren't even coming close to her level of excitement. It's like they've got a Ferrari in the garage, but they're trying to sell everyone on a minivan. Here's the kicker. All this oversight from Nike? It opened up a massive opportunity for someone else, because while Nike was snoozing, another sportswear giant was wide awake and ready to pounce. So now, that $28 million deal, it's starting to look like pocket change, because someone else saw what Nike couldn't or wouldn't see. They recognized Clark's star power, her ability to transform the game, and they were ready to bet big on her future.
They had other ads and things that came out, but since then, it has been crickets. When she broke the record for the most points in NCAA scoring history for both the men and the women, Nike put up this huge billboard that's basically like, if you break it, you own it. And I personally don't understand how a brand like Nike, who has had athletes like Serena Williams, like LeBron James, like Michael Jordan, who branched off and made his own brand in itself. However, I will say that Caitlin Clark has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that...
Remember when $28 million seemed like a big deal? Well, hold on to your seats, because Adidas just raised the stakes to a whole new level. They're not just signing an athlete, they're investing in a movement. But here's the real question. How far are they willing to go to make Clark the queen of sports marketing? Adidas swooped swooped in like a hawk, recognizing what Nike had overlooked. They saw Caitlin Clark not just as a basketball player, but as a cultural icon in the making, and they were ready to bet big on her potential. We're talking about a deal that's rumored to be worth a mind-blowing $50 million. That's nearly double what Nike was offering. But it's not just about throwing money at Clark. Adidas has a whole game plan mapped out. They're giving her multiple signature shoe lines. Can you imagine? A rookie with not one, but multiple shoe lines. That's unheard of in women's sports.
We just watched one of the most unique experiences in the history of sports. And I'm talking about the Caitlin Clark experience. Here's the excuse I'm going to give them, and this is the bow I'm gonna put on this whole conversation. And this is a sympathetic take towards everybody on the Indiana Fever. And it's gone on non-stop. The Caitlin Clark experience.
And it doesn't stop there. They're planning exclusive jerseys and an entire lifestyle brand built around her. It's like they're creating a Caitlin Clark universe. Adidas is positioning Clark as the face of women's sports for a new generation. They're not just slapping her name on a few products, they're building an empire with her at the center. It's a bold move that shows they understand her appeal goes way beyond the basketball court. They're betting on Clark to reshape the entire conversation around women's sports. Think about what this could mean for the sports marketing landscape. If Adidas's gamble pays off, we could see a seismic shift in how brands approach women athletes. It's not just about endorsements anymore, it's about creating movements and cultural phenomena. Other companies might start looking at women's sports in a whole new light, realizing the untapped potential they've been ignoring. The $50 million price tag is just the beginning. If Clark lives up to expectations, this deal could be worth way more in the long run. It's not just about immediate returns. Adidas is playing the long game here. They're investing in Clark's potential to inspire a whole new generation of fans and athletes. While the future of women's sports looks bright, one question looms large. Can Caitlin Clark deliver on the massive expectations? Her Adidas deal isn't just about sneakers and jerseys, it's a test of her ability to revolutionize the game under intense scrutiny. Let's talk about the pressure cooker Clark's stepping into. This isn't just any old contract we're talking about. It's a $50 million statement that says, "You're the future of women's basketball." That's a lot to live up to, right? Imagine having that kind of spotlight on you every time you step onto the court. Every shot, every pass, every move is going to be analyzed like never before. But here's the thing, Clark's not just any player. He's been breaking records and turning heads since day one. Remember those triple-doubles I mentioned earlier? That wasn't a fluke. Clark's been consistently showing up and showing out, proving she's got what it takes to handle the heat. You know what's even crazier? Experts are saying Clark could be the next big thing in sports. Period. Not just women's sports, but sports as a whole. They're comparing her to legends like Steph Curry and Serena Williams. That's some serious company to be in, especially for a rookie. But let's be real for a second. This kind of pressure can make or break a player. We've seen it before. Young stars crumbling under the weight of expectation. So the question is, can Clark keep her cool when the stakes are this high? Here's where it gets interesting. Clark's track record suggests she might just be built for this. She's been called a walking goldmine for brands, and it's not hard to see why. She's got the skills, the charisma, and that X factor that makes people want to tune in and watch her play. Looking ahead to next season, all eyes are going to be on Clark. Can she top her rookie performance? Will we see her break even more records? And how will she handle the pressure of being the face of Adidas's women's sports campaign?